First of all, we gotta understand that anxiety is a natural emotion, that we all feel it as human beings. We came to this earth to experience everything, including anxiety. So when you're anxious, when you're really anxious, all you're doing is just fearing that something is gonna happen in the future. You're just afraid of something that hasn't happened yet. Try to think all the times that you were anxious about something, how many times it actually happened. I also struggle with this, but then I try to remember, okay, but what am I actually suffering? Is it happening here right now, or I'm just imagining it? Now I'm gonna give you 3 things that you can stop doing to help you lower your anxiety. The first one is don't try to think yourself logically out of it. There's nothing to think out of. Like you created a toe and now you're trying to overcome it logically thinking. It doesn't work like that because another toe will come after and it's just a cycle and you will get nowhere. There's nothing to solve. All the problems that you created, you don't have to solve them. You gotta understand that thoughts are just thoughts. They come and go. They cannot harm you, they cannot do anything to you. They're just in your brain. You're not them. You can do what? You can observe them. Maybe you say, oh, but I can't stop overthinking. So you gotta understand how your brain actually works. Imagine your brain as a car that anything that you touch is just gonna make it faster. So if you turn left, it's gonna go faster. If you turn right, faster. Push the brake, faster. Push the accelerator, even faster. Anything that you do is just gonna make it go faster. So how do you do? How do you stop overthinking? How do you slow down your brain? So basically, what you do, you take off your hands from the steering wheel. Take your hands off and observe, and you will see the car slowing down, your brain slowing down. This is how you actually stop overthinking. If you think about it, every time you're suffering, everything refers to this. What happened 10 years ago? Are you still suffering? What is gonna happen the day after tomorrow? Are you already suffering? You're not suffering your life. You're just suffering the 2 greatest faculties that human beings have. A great sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. Use these faculties to navigate your life. Do not suffer them. If you suffer your inabilities, like you're not good at something and you suffer it, that's okay. But if you suffer your abilities, that's a tragedy because these are good things that you have. These are your abilities. These are good skills that you have, memory and imagination. Second thing that you can stop doing to help you lower your anxiety is don't take life too seriously. Don't take yourself too seriously. Pride is the root, anxiety is the fruit. We gotta humble ourselves. Every time we think we are so important and all our problems are so important, think about the vastity, the universe, this cosmos, how big it is. And all the things that we think are so big in our mind, in our brain, are actually not so important. Of course, when we are identified with our thoughts, we really feel them. We feel our problems. We think, oh my God, this problem is so huge. But in the vastity of the cosmos, how important are you? How important are your problems? I know I can sound harsh, but it is what it is. There is this great example. Imagine you're going to the airport and you get stuck in traffic. The queue is so long and you are afraid that you're not gonna get to the airport in time. But then you finally made it to the airport, you get on the plane, and then the plane finally leaves. Now you're there, sitting on the plane, watching down all these cars, queuing. Maybe it's night and the lights are on and it's quite a beautiful scene. So this is all you need. You need a change of perspective. Don't get so identified with your thoughts. Don't get so identified with your problems. Create distance from your thoughts. Create distance from your problems. Watch them from a higher perspective, from a higher point of view. It's all about point of views. The secret with life is to don't take it too seriously, but be completely involved with anything that you do. In every single moment, when you play with your son, really play, be focused in that moment and play with him. If you hanging out with your friends, really be with them. And if you're swimming in the ocean, really feel the water on your skin and the wind in your hair. This is the secret. Try this and you will see your anxiety will evaporate straight away. Third thing you gotta stop doing to lower your anxiety is stop saying I am anxious, I am this, I am that. Every time you say that, you basically casting a spell on yourself. You are enforcing your behavior. You are convincing yourself that you are that feeling. But you gotta understand the difference between feeling something and being something. what you are and what you're feeling. You can say, I am feeling anxious, I am feeling depressed, I am feeling this, I'm feeling that. You are not those, you're not your feelings, you're not your thoughts. You are the one experiencing them. When you're so identified with your feeling, it's gonna be so difficult, for you to come out. So stop saying that. Be mindful of the word you use, how you identify yourself, and the things that you say, because they do have an impact on yourself and on your mental health. Now let's talk about the things that you can do to lower your anxiety short term, straight away, in the moment. First thing you can do is understanding that you can act only in the present moment. You can think of the future, you can plan the future if you like, you can remember the past. As we say, these are great faculties, but you cannot act in the past, you cannot act in the future, you can only act right now. So understanding this is crucial if you want to overcome anxiety. So how do you bring yourself back in the present moment? There's few techniques. Do anything that is gonna give a shock to your body, to your nervous system. Go for an intense workout, or take a cold shower, take a nice bath if you can. Put yourself in an uncomfortable situation with your body. Don't think that you tried everything if you haven't worked out yet today. Imagine that you wake up and all you do is consuming sweets, pastries, maybe you have a pain au chocolat, then you have a coffee, you consume a cigarette, then you scroll a bit on your phone. All you're doing is understand that everything is energy. So all you're doing is consuming energy. Consuming. Now you're overloaded with energy and your body doesn't know what to do with it, because you have so much energy, you don't release it, you don't work out, you don't do anything uncomfortable. How your brain is gonna use this energy? It's just gonna create a lot of thoughts. And if your lifestyle choices are shit, your lifestyle is shit, which kind of thoughts you think your brain is gonna create? It's gonna create fear, it's gonna create anger, all bad feelings that you actually don't want. Go for an intense workout, do something uncomfortable, earn your right to feel good. First thing in the morning if you can. That is gonna make you feel so much better. Other things that you can do to ground yourself, to bring yourself back into the moment, are more mental. This exercise is called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Basically you say out loud 5 things that you see with your eyes, like now I see the trees, I see these dogs, I see a pile of junk over there, I see the sand, and I can see the ocean. Then you can say 4 things that you can feel, like maybe I can feel my swimwear, or I can and really feel it, actually touch it and feel it with your hands, and I can feel the sand under my feet, I can feel the wind blowing on my back. Then you can say out loud 3 sounds of your surrounding environment, like now I can hear this motorbike passing by, I can hear the sound of the wind blowing on the trees, I can hear the ocean crashing its waves on the sand. Then you want to say 2 things out loud that you can smell in your surrounding environment. I can smell the grass, I can smell the ocean. And then you say 1 thing that you can taste with your mouth. Now I taste papaya because I just had a papaya juice. But yeah, this exercise can really bring you back into the present moment. It's really great. Another practice that you can do to stay focused in the present moment, to get back into the present moment, is be grateful, be thankful. Watch at something that you like with gratitude. And there is this sentence that I really like from Jay Shetty: when you're present in gratitude, you can't be anywhere else. When you're grateful for something and you really feel it, there's nowhere else you can be. It's a perfect, amazing internal emotional state, the one of gratitude. And how can you make it even more powerful? If you can say it out loud, and if you can be specific, and if you can make it personal, it's gonna be even more powerful. There is this great example. Let's say you have in a dinner party with some friends, and the day after, one of the 2 friends texts you thank you, and another friend text you, thank you so much, last night was amazing, I had the time of my life, I loved meeting all your family, the food was absolutely fabulous, and I can't wait to hang out again. So which message is gonna be the one that makes you even more happy, that is gonna make you feel even better? Definitely the second one. So the same way, text yourself or say out loud, even better, things that you are grateful for, make it specific and make it personal and make it exciting. Just like the text from that amazing friend. is gonna bring you straight away in the present moment and lower your anxiety. Another thing I'm gonna give you to focus on the present moment is gonna be focus on your breath. This is probably obvious for some of you, but it really works. So you can either just observe your breath without even consciously breathing, just observe it. Or you can do some exercises like box breathing, which is when you inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, then inhale for 4 seconds, of course. But this is just a few of many breathing techniques. But the goal, the focus is just your breath. If you focus on your breath, you're gonna focus on the present moment and you're gonna lower your anxiety straight away. Now, finally, let's talk about long-term things that you can do to lower your anxiety. And I know you don't want to hear this stuff, but the food that you consume, the water that you drink, the quality of the water also matters. Everything, the quality of anything that you ingest in your body and in your mind is gonna have an impact on your mental health. It's gonna have an impact on your body. It's gonna have an impact on the way you feel. You are basically what you eat. You are basically what you consume. So if you consume shit, you're gonna feel like shit. You cannot eat shit, consume shit, treat everybody poorly, cheat on your wife, and then fool yourself into believing that you're gonna feel good. It just doesn't work like that. Second thing is stay active. You gotta stay active, and not once a week or once a month. You gotta earn your right to feel good every single day. You gotta move your body, release your energy in a healthy way, put yourself into discomfort, and you will see a massive change if you start doing this regularly. Another thing, especially if you live in a big city, go out in nature at least once, twice a month. Go out, don't stay on your phone, walk barefoot, hug a tree. I know I'm saying a lot of hippie, freaky, doobie shit, but this stuff actually works. We lost so much connection with nature, with the universe, and every time you go out in nature and you were feeling sad, just stay without your phone for like half an hour in there and then tell me how you feel. And maybe you live in a big city, so there is no bush or a forest or a beach where you can go, but you can go to the park, a small park near where you live. Maybe take off your shoes, ground yourself, put your feet on the grass, feel the earth. This is very beneficial, and I'm not making this up. There's actually studies that can prove this. And now I'm gonna give you one last tips before ending this video, and it's gonna be don't start the day without knowing what to do. Before going to sleep at night, make a list, even just 2 or 3 things that you gotta do the next morning, so you're on the right path and you don't wake up without knowing what to do on the day. You're just gonna feel overwhelmed with all the things that you have to do. So just write down 2 or 3 things you gotta do to improve yourself the next day, and you will see how your life will change. I really hope that you find this video useful. The more people we can help, the better it's gonna be for the world, for the humanity, for our collective consciousness. So please help me out, subscribe, share the video, comment, do whatever you can to spread the word of awareness. And I really hope many of you will feel better thanks to this video. Ciao, I love you. I'm not saying this stuff with authority or I think I'm better than any one of you. I understood this stuff and I want to share it with the world because I think it can really improve and help other people's life. If you have any other topic about mental health that you want to discuss or talk, please leave it in the comment like you did the last time. And I will see you guys in the next video.